All right, quick update video for everyone. I'm got everything tore back apart. I want to redo the methanol lines. I ordered some different nozzles, and I'll explain why. So I have an Alky Control methanol injection kit on this car, and these are the style nozzles that they use. And I'm not saying these nozzles are right or wrong, but anyways, the way they design their nozzles to work is this part unscrews, and then these washers kind of sandwich in between. So you drill a hole, and here basically like this, how I had it on my old one. So this went in, so the head of the nozzle was on the inside, and this sandwiched in between. Well, on this plate, so this is the bottom side, so the supercharger sits up here, and then these are the ports that go down to the intake runners. The way I was thinking this would work was this nozzle would screw down in here, and then the other part of it would screw in from the back side. Well, that doesn't really work like that. Plus, I was thinking, you know, this is just in there. If it ever somehow came loose, it would, you know, suck into the engine. That'd be bad. And I kind of have the same thing on my intake manifold. I already have a threaded port for it too. They're all the same threads. They're all 1/8" threads, and I don't want to have to drill more holes and do the same thing as last time. So Snow Performance or Nitrous Express, I think it's the same company. They sell nozzles that basically just thread in, right? So it looks something like this. Just pretend this is a nozzle, but so from the back side, it would just thread in like this, and then it would go flush, and then it's gonna spray. It would spray in like that, so then I'd have a nice even spray. I don't have to worry about an injector sticking out somewhere, nothing falling into getting sucked into the engine or anything like that. And then basically then my line will, you know, elbow off it, and then the line will come like this. And then also they sell a nozzle that has a 1-inch extension off of it, so it still has an 1/8" thread with a 1-inch tip basically on it, which will work really good for this because, so imagine this had the 1-inch tip, it'll thread into here, and then this. So where that hole is, where it comes out, that's about 0.6 inches from the back of this, from the back of that flange to the inside surface. So the tip of that nozzle will actually stick out a little bit into that runner, so that mist will actually already have a little bit of a head start in there, and it'll actually flow real nice in there. So I'll have a 4 gallon per hour 1-inch nozzle here that'll spray in pre-supercharger, and then I'll have a 6 spray in here for a total of 10, which should be good for the power level I'll be running. And then here it'll be a nice even spray pattern, you know, because supercharger will be right here, but it'll be evenly distributed. And then the other thing I'm going to redo before I put this thing back together was, this was threaded and tapped here for the air intake temp sensor from, well, I go in from the back side. And I do like it. I like that it's set up to do this, but the fact that if I ever need to access that, it's nearly impossible because the sensor would sit about right here. So either the supercharger would have to come off, or I think I could just pull the alternator to get to it. But once that blower's on here, I don't know if you can even get the alternator off without having to pull this, or I don't know. It'd just be a pain. So what most guys do is, well, I can show you on this old one, but they'll tap this hole here for that air intake temp sensor. So I'm gonna do that. I know it kind of sucks because it's gonna be exposed, but I think I'd just rather have it there for ease of access if I ever need to get to it. So the only problem is, so this is a 3/8 NPT. I found a plug, so I'm gonna plug this off. It's just a brass plug. I grabbed it at the hardware store. So that'll be plugged off. I'll seal that off real good. And then, so I went to find a 3/8 NPT tap. Well, I found like a Harbor Freight had a set, but then you need a 17, I can't remember, or a 17, I can't remember what the size drill bit I need, but it was big and I didn't have that size, so I'd have to buy a whole big set. So anyways, I found it on Amazon. It was like $9 for the tap and the drill bit I need. So that'll be here Friday. So I'll plug that, and I'll have to wait probably a week to get the new methanol injectors in. So I'll get that one in. Then I'll get that one in. Get this tapped. I guess I'll show you on the new supercharger, but I'll keep this one because I need this for a vacuum line. Then I'll tap this one out for that air intake temp sensor. And then I should be ready to go back together with this thing, hopefully for good. I did get my my injectors back from the shop. They actually all tested out really good. So yeah, so I'm good to go there. Oh, and I did get I got the Motion Raceworks catch can in. I got the remote drain line, AN fittings, 6 foot of hose, and then, man, this thing's nice. It's a little pricey. I'm gonna have about $400 in a catch can set up, but I think it'll be worth it. But man, they make some nice stuff, and the breather will go on top. I'm thinking it's gonna go, I haven't even really messed with it, but I want to mount it somewhere down here if I can. I don't know if it's gonna be too tall or not. We'll see, but I kind of want to keep it out the open. This thing looks nice, but I'll probably wait till I get make sure once I get it all put back together with the air intake tube, make sure that's not gonna be in the way. I'll do the catch can last, but I plan on routing the line from that one around the back side to keep it clean instead of it running around the front. So that'll probably be the last thing I do is the catch can. So that's it for now. Hopefully when some things start showing up after Christmas, I can get this thing put back together.